Hi everyone, welcome back to Kinga's World. Um, I had a, I'm not half naked by the way. I had a video for, I had a video. I had an idea for today's video, but then that didn't quite work out. So I thought, what video can I record today? So I made a few like tag kind of videos. I made like drunk best friend tag, and I think I made 150 things that you don't know about me. Today it's kind of question slash tag slash story time video. It's like questions that I think it's like a YouTuber tag or something, but it's like there was like a part of a silly questions like do you wet your bed, or when was the last time you got drunk, and all that. You all know when was the last time I got drunk because you saw a video of me and my friend. If you haven't, then go and check it out. So this one is the section is called Deep YouTuber Question Tag. So there's quite a few. So first one is, does love equal sex? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read the questions, I'll give you my answer, and some of them I will sort of link them to some kind of story about my life. So does love equal sex? No. No. I'm a married woman now, so obviously I only sleep with my husband, who I love dearly, and sex is amazing. But love doesn't equal sex. I really hope that everyone watching this channel is over 18 and is not a child, and I can talk about sex here. Well, it's Kinga's World. Come on, I should be able to talk whatever I want to talk about. So love doesn't equal sex. Not one. That does make myself sound like a slut. Some of my best sex partners were the ones who I didn't love. I'll tell you more. I had one of the best sex partners, the guys who I didn't like as a person at all. You know, the kind of assholes that you really hate, you find them annoying, and they're absolute freaking dickheads. Yeah, you can have amazing sex without love, but you can't have love just because you have amazing sex. So no. Do you think you are old-fashioned? I don't know. Like, I like men to be a man, like gentlemen, to hold the door for me before, like when we going out, to move the chair, to help me get out of the car. But I, at the same time, I wouldn't like a man to be the only one working in the house. They're the one, working, bringing salary, and I'm the one, like 19. I love 1950s pin-up, Stepford wife, whatever dressing style. I love this kind of dresses, but I do not love this kind of mentality. So no, I wouldn't be like a stay-at-home wife. So my husband goes to work and he gives me allowance to buy, how much money I can spend on food, clothes, and whatever I want. So no. And hi, Sickles are back. I live in Brighton, so enjoy. So no, I don't think I'm like completely old-fashioned, but there are some things like that I like, and I like men to act like an old school gentleman. Love with heartbreaks or no love at all? Love with heartbreaks. Every heartbreak will teach you something. I had my heart broken so many times in my life, and I've learned something from every single one of them. And all these heartbreaks brought me to where I am today, and made me realize that love is not just fireworks. It's not falling in love from the first sight, and love is not just holding hands and going to cinema dates. Love is letting to cry on his shoulder when your world is collapsing. Love is love is love is having someone who is going to be there for you no matter what. If I didn't have all the heartbreaks I've experienced in my life, I wouldn't be where I am today with this amazing man that I call my husband. Which one do you prefer, trust or love? I can't have one without the other, can you? I can't love someone if I don't trust them. So, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, trust is very important. Like, if I wouldn't trust my husband or like my friends or whatever, I couldn't love them. If someone, like, in the past, I stopped loving people because they broke my trust, they betrayed me. So no, so I think love, because no, I think trust. I can't love someone if I don't trust them. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Would you save the life of a homeless person? Why? Why not? Oh my god, I would. I would. And why? What? Because that's what people should do. If that's what I would like someone to do for me, homeless or not homeless. When I was still living in Poland, when I was at uni, there was loads of homeless people living at the train, like near living, staying, sleeping rough near the train station. And sometimes when I got back from spending weekend with my family, I would be waiting for my taxi or for a bus or whatever, and I will sit there on the bench, and then someone will come and start a conversation with me. And I've met amazing, very intelligent people, and not all of them were on the street because of drugs or alcohol or whatever. Some of them were in the street because they had weird things happening in their life and they ended up on the street. So I would save homeless person just like I would save anyone else, and I hope someone would save my life if I need it. That is just, this question is weird. If you could wish anything or do anything, what would it be? If I could wish anything, was to have my dad back. If I could do anything, is to turn back time and I don't know, invent the cure for cancer to bring my dad back. That's what I would do. I know many people would think that I would say if I could wish anything, it would be a baby, or I don't know, winning the lottery and all that. But no, it's to have at least a few more years with my dad. Are you the type of friend you would like to have as a friend? Absolutely not. I wouldn't be my friend if I was me. Why? Don't get me wrong, I'm 100% devoted to my friends. I will do anything for them. But I'm also the kind of friend, like, you know, when you fight with your boyfriend and then you go to your best friend and you want to cry about him, you want her to let you bitch about him for half an hour and get drunk together, but then say nothing when you go back to him and just play happy couples. If you're making a mistake, and I think you are making a mistake, I will not be quiet and keep it to myself. I will tell you what I think you're doing wrong. And at the same time, I expect, it's not that I just dish it out and I can't take it. I expect you to tell me when you think that I'm doing something wrong. But people don't like this. People don't like this honesty. People don't like when people tell them that they do something wrong. I know that we should all learn from our own mistakes, but when I see someone who's making the same mistake that I've made years ago, and I just want to tell them like, hey, stop, don't do it, and they don't listen, it frustrates me. So I think I'm a good friend because I do everything for my friends. I will do anything to make them happy. But I know that it's hard because I'm brutally honest, which you can see from most of my videos so far. I am brutally honest. I don't give a shit. I'll just say what I want to say. So I don't think I would like to have a friend like this. Is the money real source of happiness? What makes you happy? Don't get me wrong, money is super important. and money makes me happy. Money makes everyone happy. But I've also seen people who had lots of money and they were really unhappy. Once again, story time bit. Years ago, when I was still in Poland and I was at uni, I've met someone. Not many people knew about it because I was really ashamed of it. So I was only 20 and he was 30 something. He was a lawyer and he had lots of money. He tried to change me. So it was so nice when you're 20, you meet someone who takes you for dinner, not to McDonald's, you know, I mean, he takes you to a fancy restaurant, he can take you to the theater. But he also tried to change me as a person. He tries to say that, you know, I'm taking you for this fancy dinner, so I want to buy this dress, and that's the dress that my mother would wear, not me, because obviously I was 20, not 35, 40. So he was a lovely guy. I really liked him. I really liked spending time with him, but he tried to change me into the person that I wasn't. So money didn't give me happiness. In the end, like, I gave him everything that he bought for me back, and I told him I don't want it and I don't want to be with him, and he couldn't understand. He was like, you're only 20. If you stay with me, like, you just have to finish uni, or you don't have to finish uni, and you can just be stay-at-home wife and you know, and have children. And I was like, money is not everything. Money is not more important than happiness. What makes me happy? Being around people that makes me laugh, make me happy. Money doesn't have to be involved. You can have as much fun sitting down the beach and, I don't know, eating KFC Kentucky bucket instead of having a fancy restaurant dinner now. Are you always nice to people and do you expect something in return? I try to be nice to people. I really, really, really do. But it doesn't always happen. Like, the funny thing is, I am nicer to people that I don't like than I am to people that I really like. Like, if you're my friend or if you're someone that I really like, I would be like mean to you. Not mean like to hurt you, but like I'll make like jokes. I'm very sarcastic, so I'll make this kind of like mean comments and all that. But if I don't like you and we have to spend time together because we're in the same circle of friends or you're my work colleague, I will be so nice to you. But it's not like fake nice, because I don't really make effort. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna joke with you like I would joke with my friends. I'm just gonna like say nice things to you, and if I have nothing nice to say, I will just like not talk to you at all. But I'm not always nice to people. My husband can tell you more than anyone else that I'm not very nice to people when I'm really angry. My best friend Marie can tell you that I am not the nicest person when I don't agree with something and I want to put my sort of opinion across. So I'm not the nicest person, but I try to be nice to people. Unless you do something to really upset me, then I won't be nice to you at all. But in general, yeah, I try to be nice to people. And no, I don't expect anything in return, because like, you don't have to like me back. Like, I can be nice to you and like you, but you don't have to like me back. My daddy used to say, like tomato soup is like very popular in Poland, and like, I don't know anyone who doesn't like tomato soup. But my dad used to say to me, like, I am not a tomato soup. Not everyone has to like me. Like, I don't have to be everyone's taste. So that's the thing. I will be nice to you. You don't have to like me. If you don't like me and you're mean to me, instead of like get into argument with you or like be shitty with you, I'm gonna be like twice as nice to you. Because if someone is like, I've seen this thing on YouTube. I don't remember who was this comedian, but there was this video on YouTube, and there was this comedian who and I only watched it like a week ago, but I've been living my life this way for a really long time. So this comedian was like, he got this girl on the stage from the audience, and he said to her, say like nasty things to me. So she was like, you stink, and he was like, you stink, like, and she was like, you stupid asshole, and he was like, no, you stupid and you're ugly. And then they had this like argument thing, and I think the whole point was for her like to see if she was like either laugh or like stop. So she argued with him, and then he said to her, let's try it again. So he was like, you say the mean things to me and then I'll respond. And then she said to him like, you stupid. And he was like, I'm sorry that you feel like this. And then she was like, and then she was like, you suck, like you really, really shit, like nobody likes you. And he was like, okay, I'm sorry. So the whole like thing of this story is like, if someone is being shitty with you and then you're being shitty back, like they get the attention they want, and then you argue with them and they get the attention, and they get like they get the power. But if someone is shitty with you and then you just be nice back, like you get the power, because like, you know, to argue with someone, the second person needs to argue back. But if they don't argue and they just be nice, like you just lose the battle. So if someone is shitty with me, I prefer to be nice to them and see them like getting confused, not knowing like why is she being nice. I've just been shit to her. I lost my question. Would you prefer to be heard by someone you love or by someone you trust the most? Someone I love the most. I did say that a few minutes ago in the previous question, that obviously trust is more important than love for me, because I can't love someone without trust. So I would prefer to be heard by someone I love, because love comes and go, but my circle of trust is really small. So if you break my trust, I can't like you as a friend, or I can't love you as a person anymore. So someone who loves me can break my heart, because I say I'll learn something from heartbreaks. But if you break my trust, I'm gone. What is probably the hardest thing to lose in your case? Why is it hard to give up? There is nothing financial, because I'm poor. Come on. My job, you know, it's not a super, you know, career, super high position that people are jealous about. This job, it's a career, but it's not, oh my god, it's an amazing job. So there's nothing materialistic, but my family. If someone was to tell me like, and I know I don't see my family a lot, I live all the way here, they're all the way in Poland, but if someone was to tell me that I can't talk to my family ever again, or to my friends ever again, I would die, because I can't live without them. So yeah, so my family. I remember last time when you were furious, what made you that angry? Do you feel different? My husband, he makes me angry all the time. Like, we are, you know, that part from the song from Rihanna and Eminem, when the tornado meets the volcano. I think it's from Love the Way You Lie, or whatever the title of the song, where my hubby and I, we are like tornado and volcano. We I mean, like, neither of us is, you know, the kind of person who holds everything inside and don't talk about emotions. We talk, or I would rather say we argue, and, you know, one of us is unhappy and the other person thinks that I've done nothing wrong. So last person who made me furious was my husband. It was a couple of weeks ago when he went away and he didn't call me when he promised to call me, and I was having really bad anxiety and I really needed to talk to him, but I'm stubborn. So I said, like, you promised to call me and you're not calling me, so I'm not gonna call you myself. Which if I did, it would make things so much easier, but I didn't. Then I waited for him to call me, and then I gave him shit on the phone for half an hour, and I was like angry and furious, and then like, I'm a crazy person, like, why is he married to me? I don't know. Imagine you are alone at home, lonely and bored. Who would you like to wish to be together with? One of my friends. It will either be Marie, because she can always make me laugh. Or it will be my friend Kasia from Poland, who I know for about 13 years now. Because when I'm with either one of these two people, like, the time just flies and I'm never bored, and we can just sit and talk, and I'm not bored anymore. I'm excited. So yeah, it will be one of them. Apart from romantic love, when did you last tell someone that you loved them? What did they mean to you? My mom. I tell my mom that I love her every day, either by text or by voice message on WhatsApp, or I'll make a little video for her that I send to her, or we talk on Skype and stuff like that. I tell my mom that I love her every day. I'm pretty sure I told my husband at some point today as well that I love him. But I told my mom that I love her. I tell her that every day because it's too long of a story to make a little story time insert in this video to tell you why I love my mom and about how relationship between me and my mom is and how it was for long time years ago. But I've wasted years of my life hating my mom, not talking to my mom, treating my mom really badly, because long story short, and I promise you I'll make a story time video with a long version of this story. My mom made a comment when I was 16 about my weight, that I've gained some weight, and that time I was about size 10. And 16-year-old girls are easily influenced, and then, you know, whatever you say to them about their looks, they will take it seriously and they will take it to the extreme. So my mom said that, and I've spent next 2 years not eating or binging and puking, and I had eating disorder that nobody knew about. And everyone found out years after I got better, after my grandmother died, and I felt like, oh my god, my mom just lost her mom. How would I feel if I was to lose my mom? So that's when I told my mom why I was so shitty with her, and why I hated her for so long, and why we had no relationship from the age of, like, you know, 16 to about 22. Since then I feel so bad, so guilty of being a little shit, and I tell her that I love her every day because she deserves to know, because I told her that I hate her so many times during those years, that no amount of I love yous will make it better for her. So yeah, my mum. You are to save your family member or your lover from drowning in an ocean. Who do you leave to drown to their death, and why? What kind of tag is oh my god. Like, if it's my mom, my sister, or my sister's kids, anyone else can die. I'll, like, if it was between like choosing them or someone else, even my husband, I'm sorry, but I'll choose them because I love them the most in the world. If it was anyone else from my family or my lover, then bye bye family. This question was dark. When did you last honestly reveal your feelings to someone else, no matter how hard it was to tell? Who was it? What did you tell the person? I wear my heart like on my sleeve, so I'm quite open. I talk about my feelings and how I feel like a lot to all my family. So like I don't know how to answer this question, because I say I talk honestly about it, and I wish I was clever and I was reading these questions before I made this video, so I would have some like great answer ready, but no, I don't. I think the last time I can think of that I revealed like how I feel, and it was really hard, it was when I had my last argument with Marie, because like our friendships is a bit crazy sometimes. I say things like, if I think that she's like feel that she's doing something wrong and she might end up getting hurt, I will say things to her, but instead of being a nice friend and say to her like, you know, like, just think what you're doing, I just tell her like, you either stop doing it or stop being your friend. So I think last time was about a year ago when I said something to her, and it was hard because I knew it will upset her, and I knew we would end up we end up not talking for a long time or forever, and it was really hard. But I just wanted to tell her how I feel about it, and she didn't listen to me, and I stopped talking to her, and she worked things out on her own, and she always does, and I should trust her instincts, and I should trust that she will make the right decision. And I know that she's watching right now, and she knows what I'm talking about, and then she's gonna tell me when I see her on Thursday that I'm a crazy onion bee, because we call each other whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's always hard when I have to tell her, because I know it will upset her, and I know that she won't listen to me anyway, and I know that she will do her things her own way, and she'll be happy in the end. Your best friend confesses to having feelings for you and wants you to be more than usual friends. He or she loves you. What will you do or say? It happened to me quite a few times in the past, especially like when I was a freaking teenager. I was hanging out mainly with boys. Most of my friends were guys. All my life, most of my friends were guys. Really, my closest friends were guys, and I remember at some point that was me and like 5 boys. We were friends, and my dad said to me, "They all in love with you. At some point, you're all gonna stop being friends because they will like one of them will get." Grow some balls and ask you out, and then you will say no to him because you don't look for a boyfriend, and then all the other boys will hate him, and they will hate you because you don't want to date any of them. And that's exactly what happened. And we can laugh about it now, and I'm still friends with some of them. But yeah, it happened to me a few times because I call it the child in the fog or in the mist. Um, um, I'm a natural flirt. I don't try to flirt with people, but I can't control it. And many times in my life, I would meet the guy, and I would like, oh, we get on so well. Like we friends. We talk about football, music, sports. We drink beer together, and then at some point, like there was this awkward, like, oh, you wanna go to the cinema? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. What are we seeing? And there's this romantic comedy, and I'm like, okay, why? And then it was like, well, it's kind of date. And then it was awkward because 99% of the time I didn't feel the same. So yeah, I had to deal with it, and it wasn't great, and I hated it. And that's why from now I try to be friends with females. Luckily I'm married now, so like having a husband stops me from making friends with men, so it stops me from getting into awkward situations. You receive news from a doctor that your condition worsened and you only have 1 week to live. Will you reveal to anyone or everyone you're about to die? What would you do in your last day? I would not tell anyone. I would just make sure that I will do all the nice things with everyone, the things that we normally do. I wouldn't like everyone to like sit there and like count the days and just cry before I die, thinking like cry because I'm going. No, I would like them to have a lovely time with me, and their last memory of me would be a happy memory. Your boss wants to sack your coworker, and he just got a job recently. You have been working there much longer. With a large family to support, your coworker has no other source of income. Will you approach your boss and request to quit the job? Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. No. 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 Picture the last dead person you know. You had a chance to bring them back to life for an hour, but you lose 1 year of your life. Will you do it, and why? Of course. This man. For an hour. To walk me down. And if I could choose an hour of the time when I would bring this person back, it would be for my wedding, for my dad to walk me down the aisle. The reason, and once again, story time, I'm revealing all my future story times. The reason why I didn't have a big wedding, why I didn't have wedding with someone walking me down the aisle was because he wasn't there. And if he wasn't there, there was no one else that I would like to do it. So you can take 10 years of my life if I could get my dad back for an hour. What is the hardest difficult thing you revealed to someone you are probably in love with? You love them or you don't love them as they do. The hardest thing was, shit, you're gonna think I experienced so much when I was a teenager. I met someone who I thought was the love of my life. Really young, I was a teenager. He was amazing. It was so different from anyone else that I knew. He is still an amazing person. He is still my friend. We don't really talk that much anymore, but he's an amazing guy. And we met and we had this amazing relationship. And I was a stupid teenager, and we went camping with like some friends. I mean, like I went. He was like near the like place where he lived, but he was staying at home, and we went camping, and I kissed someone else. To make things worse, it was his friend. To make things even worse, I was drunk and this guy kissed me because his girlfriend's cousin wanted to date my boyfriend, so it was all set up. That's why they were giving me all these drinks all night. And I kissed him, and or let him kiss me, doesn't matter. That was another my story times, like that will be a part of story time while I live in UK. So my 16 or 17-year-old young self was I couldn't lie to him, because I knew that like these people, they did all that to, you know, break us up anyway, so he would find out. So I think I wrote him a letter, if I remember right. Yeah, I wrote him a letter, I think, where I told him what happened and that I'm really sorry, and we broke up. He left me, and then we got back together, and then he left me again, and then we got back together, and then he left me again, and then I left the country. But telling him that, knowing that the age of 17, or I wasn't 18, I think I was 17, telling him that, breaking his heart, knowing that like my heart was broken because I knew I was going to lose him. But that was the hardest thing, to tell him that and since then, like telling whoever like I was dating since then that I've cheated on them, because I used to be a bad person. I used to cheat. By telling anyone that I've cheated on them or that I did something really bad was never as hard as that first true love, telling them that I've done something like this, and breaking his heart and breaking my own heart, knowing that what I did to him. That was the hardest one. That was the one thing that I wish I never had to say. And but yeah, that was the hardest one. So hey, this is me, very vulnerable, telling you a lot of things about me. But hey, people say that on my channel that they like when I'm honest, and I like when I'm honest. When they like when I'm honest, and they like my approach to life and all that. So I've decided to be super honest, and I thought that people might be a bit bored with my Ingham family updates and my trying to conceive updates, so I decided to talk about something else. So if you are still here 33 minutes in, I think that's one of the longest videos that I've ever made. I'm so sorry that I'm doing this to you, but I'm going now, I promise. If you want to know more about me, because people like seems to want to know more about me, I get some comments, people started adding me on Instagram as well. If you want to know anything about me, and if you have any questions, doesn't matter if it's my trying to conceive journey, my weight loss journey, my life story, or my favorite color, leave it in the comment section and I will happily make like a Q&A kind of video. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment, nice comment, mean comment, doesn't matter. Thanks for watching. If you survived 35 minutes of me talking, I love you and you're very special, or something is really wrong with you and you're really bored. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.